Meredith, an American woman, visited Greece one day, fell in love with a stray dog there, fundraised to bring her home to the US, and months later they were reunited. Her name is now Charisma, and she even has a Facebook page under the name A Big Fat Greek Dog. She gained some weight since Meredith remembered her. That's a short story. Here's a full version of it. There are many tourists that visit Greece and fall in love with stray dogs here. Unless you already know about it, you can't really be prepared for the amount of stray animals that you will come across here. They are everywhere, from downtown Athens to the beaches and outside the restaurants of every single village and town. Meredith was just another tourist, but then again, she wasn't. She visited Greece in October 2018, and in the town of Naupaktos she met and fell in love with a young stray dog there. She had no connections, she had no time, and she had no way to bring her back home with her, which I guess is the case for many people like her. They feed and pet the friendly stray dog that is around when they are on vacation, maybe photograph it, go back home thinking of it from time to time, and that's it. What happens to those dogs after the tourists leave is sad, very sad story. Most strays here don't last more than a few months, and that's why you will never see the same dogs again if you visit next year. So Meredith went back home, and Charisma was left behind to live a short, sad life in the streets of Greece. In a twist of fate, however, she came across the story of another Greek stray that made the journey from Greece to Australia. That is about 7 times costlier and time-consuming, but it has happened. 5 people just happened to be online that night, and they were the 5 people that would make a fairy tale happen, because sometimes magical things happen online, things that change a dog's and a human's life forever. To cut a long story short, 5 people that had never met before saved a dog's life that night. Yota, who is the rescuer in Naupaktos, found Charisma alive and well. And while she was dealing with Charisma's medical checks and well-being, Meredith from across the ocean was fundraising to cover her medical and travel expenses. That's where some of you helped make the fairy tale come true. Thank you. Thank you for watching that first video and for chipping in. The amount was raised in no time, and then came a boring and long waiting period when Meredith and the rest of us couldn't wait, and Charisma was getting fatter and fatter. We're being unfair. She comes from a long line of Greek sheepdog mixed breeds, and they grow big and goofy. In February 2019, Charisma arrived home, thousands of miles away, and she finally reunited with Meredith. Is she happy there? I will let you be the judge of that. Just look at her. Look at that face, chewing her toy on the couch and cuddling with her sister and snoozing and posing for selfies and making friends at the dog park. She looks like she always belonged there, doesn't she? Well, apparently she did. Now look at her here, begging for love on the streets a few months back. Dogs belong with people that love them, even if they are thousands of miles away. Charisma is not the only dog with such an amazing story, I'm sure, but it was a story I played a small part in, and I'm sharing it with you. The truth is that Meredith saved her life, literally. Adoptions save lives, literally. It's not a metaphor or anything. Dogs die here on the streets. They die everywhere, and they are not supposed to. Dogs are supposed to cuddle and run and smile and be happy and have Facebook pages dedicated to them. And every dog like Charisma that thrives is an ambassador for all dogs like her. Whether they come from the dog meat trade in Korea or the streets of Greece or your local shelter, their happy endings are the fairy tales we believe in. Fairy tales that sometimes come true.